Hey everybody, welcome back to Unsophisticated Convo. Yes, it is yours truly. We are finally back. I am Keisha.
And I'm Ray.
Yes, and we are here to bring you everything sex, love, relationships from an
Ooh.
unsophisticated opinion and more. So, without further ado, I want to get into because I'm going straight off. We've been away too long. I want to get into shit that fucking grinds my gears, shit that just pisses me
You
off.
off.
Just
Wow.
pisses me off for the week because I tend to like rotate through grievances.
Hmm.
So this is one of them. One of my biggest grievances is when you have a right who I mean is coming up to the scene, right? Let's say you at a barbecue, you someplace, and he just coming up to the scene loud and shit too. What's good? What's up? How you doing? Right? Making his presence known. Grown ass man at that, and ain't got no job. Broke
Oh.
whispering to you on the side or to your man or his mans and yo, you got a 10 I could hold real quick. First of all, what the fuck are you making all that noise for? Knowing you ain't got shit in your pocket. I mean, it really pisses me off. You don't understand how bad. Go get a job. Any grown man over 30 who has to ask somebody outside of his mama for $10, and it's not because he got laid off. He is literally
Who,
just broke, grinds
who bothered
my
you? Well,
gears.
I will say this.
I
Keisha
can't
always
even
get hit
say
on by horrible people. Like, she gets hit on by random terrible people. It's just horrible.
that's just a whole nother story. I remember the homeless man. I mean, he was pushing his cart hard on the 4 train. If you're from New York, you know that shit used to be packed, okay? And he scooted on his dirty ass knee and started singing, "You are so beautiful to me" on the fucking train to me. I mean, and he was hitting high note, "You are." Oh, that's a whole nother story.
That's how beautiful you are. That really did happen, y'all. That is bad funny.
Did, but that does not equal like validate beauty when it like what did you think was gonna happen here? Why
Oh,
do you even think
okay.
I'm on your level?
Well,
Like,
I think he
no.
felt like, but I would take it as I'm so beautiful, he couldn't help it. Doesn't matter what level, they just have to say something. That's better
I
than
mean, that's nice, don't get me wrong. Flattery is a compliment in some form,
right.
but not on a crowded 4 train. Like people wasn't like, oh my God, I wish that was me. Like
You feel me? Like,
it was
hell no. But the way my life is going, I would the way my day life going, I might talk to her. If she just get a bath or need a little help. She may be a really nice lady at this point.
Today I'm wildin'. Today I'm bugging and thugging.
Anyway,
yes.
I
So
digress. I digress.
right.
What
Right.
pisses me off? Okay, I'll take it for the week. So I've
Right.
been training at a new job. Can't say where it's at or whatever. But what really has been pissing me off for the week is when people do not troubleshoot before they ask a question. So the minute
Mm-hmm.
something go wrong, they interrupt all the training, talk to the trainer for something very minute, and by the time she says, "Can you share your screen, please?" It's something so that's how she sounds. It's something so small that they could have
Uh-huh.
even tried to do on their own. And
Mm-hmm.
that has been taken away from my training.
Is this bitch for real right now?
And you know how I am about wanting to be the best. And in order to be the best, I gotta learn everything. And I can't learn everything if Bob keeps stopping the show every 5 minutes. Excuse me, how do I spell my name again? Like, it's very annoying. That
That
has been
bothers me
pissing me
too.
off for the
I
week.
don't like dumbass people. And you know how they say on some real shit, and I know whatever, I don't care what people think. You know how they say, this is unsophisticated combo, so let me be
Right?
unsophisticated.
Right.
People say there's no such thing as a stupid question. It is.
It is.
I'm telling you, there is. I tell my children that all the time. If she says something that I know is common sense, like it's right in front of you, don't
Right.
ask a question just to ask a question, just to hear your own voice. Like, come on, think about it first, then ask. I
They don't
understand if you're just
try.
confused about something. Exactly. Try. I get it too. That pisses me off.
So
I don't
that's
like
been pissing me
stupidity.
off for the week. It's honestly, because
Congrats
I've
for
been,
getting through it though. What week is this?
this is week two. This is like
Nice.
week two and a half, kind of, you know? But yeah, it's like week two. And I got another two more to go. And it's getting harder. And that's why I don't need Bob, Sam, and Shayasia Because there's
You was
always a
listening.
Shaheja up in there. Shout out to anybody named Shaheja, but you know how you are. Interrupting something for something. And Shaheja is never interrupting it for something that we are even working on. It just be
Right.
questions out of nowhere. Excuse me, trainer. Can we take off tomorrow if we really wanted to? No,
I'm
you're in
like,
training. We just
no,
started.
exactly.
It's those kind of questions from her, and Bob is just questioning everything. That this is common sense, though.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. And one thing I could say about myself, I ask really good fucking questions. I could have been Barbara Walters, just so you know.
Girl, no, you don't. You ask the dumbest
So
questions
I'm at
too.
work. I'm at work. When I'm at work and we have them big ass department meetings, and I'm raising my hand like, well, this, that, and the other, then this, that, and the other. So what's this, that, and the other? And they'd be like, that was really, I get congratulated at the end of those. Really,
Well,
your input is
well,
so
that must be at work. Because when she's with friends and family, it's like, come on. Because actually, you're probably one of the people that pissed me off this week after work, asking me a dumbass question.
a dumbass question from me to you is always in relation to food. It's never about life. I always ask good questions.
Okay, we'll take your word on it. Next, because I ain't to come up here to lie to the people. Mm-mm.
No, listen.
Dumb ass questions, and then thinks they're smart. That's a prime example.
An example of how you always pat yourself on the back. You don't let nobody put you down. You know your own strength.
Even
And
when it's a lie, make sure you give yourself all the glory. Next, I said. Do you know what's next, or do I have to read it? Because this is getting blasphemous.
Don't do it.
so the next thing, which is a perfect segue into the next topic, is what is a friend outside of just the label? Like, what makes to you an ideal friend? Obviously, keeping in mind that this is subjective, right? A
Right,
great friend to you may be somebody who's just not working for me, and vice versa, but just in
right.
general,
And our
fundamentals of the
opinions,
word.
what that
Exactly. In
means.
our unsophisticated opinions, what does that mean? So I'm gonna start, let you take that first.
I think a good friend, first of all, is somebody you could talk to. I mean, and really talk to about stuff that's going on. And I'm not gonna say they won't judge you, because I hear people say that. Like, I have this friend, she doesn't judge me, and she's probably not your real friend. She doesn't tell you what's really going on. Because sometimes your friends judge you and they say, girl, you're beasting. I think the
Right.
point of it is to always be there for you. I think also a real friend is to tell you like it is. Like I just told Keisha that she asked dumbass questions. And I
Listen,
stand 10 toes down on that.
doesn't listen. I'm telling you, I got receipts.
10 toes down.
No,
And like, and you don't let them persuade you. You keep it in their mind. So I bet you next time she asks me a question, she'll be like, "Is this dumb?" It changed her for the good. But also for real, I think a good friend is somebody you don't have to really be embarrassed in front of. Even when if it is something embarrassing, they know by the time you come to them with it, they can understand that you was embarrassed. You don't have to explain why it took you so long to say something. A friend knows a lot about you. They're there for you, and not just with like money. They're there for you with their time. They're there for you with their thoughts. They think of you. They want the best for you, and they are happy with your any success that you have. They are happy when you're happy, and yeah, I think that's a good friend. They will ride with you unless it's something that's really detrimental. I just don't see anything that if you have a real friend should break that up, unless they ain't being they're a shitty friend. Like that's what I think a real friend is.
I agree. I do think, like you said, a friend, a real friend, is somebody who is gonna tell you like the fuck it is, like who's
Right.
gonna be 100% real with you, not only to be there for your wins and say congratulations, you did a great fucking job, but to also tell you, like you said, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Right.
what's happening here? And to expect, I think, a good reaction. Like a
Hmm.
friend is somebody who it has to be reciprocated. I wouldn't be able to be your friend if every time I did try to tell you, something, this is what you're doing that's wrong, you can't receive it because
Right.
then I can't be myself,
Right.
which brings me to, I'm sorry, but I saw, as everybody's talking about, the infamous B. Simone interview with her best friend, or one of. I don't have much history into her life. I'm not the biggest fan of hers,
I would
so
say
I didn't do.
one of her best
But
friends.
one of, okay, so one of her best friends, and what made me watch it is because I wanted to have an opinion on it. So I suffered through the interview.
Suffering.
And the one thing I think, because I remember hearing something from a sermon, and this was around the time that Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. And he basically said something along the lines of like, everybody's so concerned with the what, but not understanding or trying to understand the why, right? And so a lot of people were judging this friendship based on the fact that this girl went through hell basically and watched as one of her best friends um, fed everyone else around her but her. I don't know the time there because B. Simone sort of defended herself in saying, I was guarded. All those people that I helped screwed me over at the end. So I put up a guard, like, oh, nobody's going to take advantage of me anymore. I don't know the time frame. Who knows? Whatever. My point in that is because I don't know the why, I'm not necessarily judging her on that action with regard to what I see as a friendship. But I can say that the girl, obviously it hurt her enough to bring it up on camera. This was something we
Right.
probably spoke about. But the girl to me wasn't a good friend because she seemed either too timid, scared, um, but disingenuine with her real feelings and how that impacted her.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, she's on top now. She made it through. God bless her. But that's traumatizing in a friendship. The same way you
Right.
felt you were had to put up a guard because you helped others around you and they shitted on you at the end of the day is the same way I kind of feel guarded towards you. I feel like this is something we truly deeply need to talk about because what am I supposed to do humanly when you need something from me? I go up. Remember, what goes up must go down, vice versa. I'm supposed to just give it out to you just because. Like a friendship to me is reciprocated. It's
Right.
reciprocal. What I can bring, I can't expect anything more from you than what I can give you, right? And there's certain circumstances in that. I have two fucking kids. I can't be there for everything in your life physically, but I could pick up a phone, even if I'm
Mm-hmm.
screaming around. And I know you could do the same for me. You may be able to do a little more because you don't have that. But at the same token, this it's supposed to be reciprocated. To me, that's a friendship. I'm able to get from you what you can get from me. I'm not asking any more. I'm not asking any less.
Right.
To me, that particular interview was a toxic friendship. It was one who was so self absorbed in herself, in her world, in her surroundings, in her now, that she could not hear the timid voice from her friend saying, I didn't like what you did, and I want maybe an apology. She didn't even reach out to say, I'm sorry. Every friend fucks up. We've had our fuck ups between the both of us.
Right.
But when you don't come to the table to acknowledge truly not only what you've done, but to validate the person's feelings, how the fuck can you move forward? So I looked at this and I was like, a friendship where and where y'all going from, like where do we truly go from there if there's no true accountability? And to me, I need a person who can make me laugh my ass off, which is very rare, and I need a person who will be able to take my words not personally but understand it's out of love, and they can tell me the fuck off when I need it, and who can also understand that I'm there to validate your feelings and vice versa. Take accountability for what you did to me. Validate it. Say, you
Right.
know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Even if I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That wasn't my intention, but let's talk. It just, that to me was completely, in my view, a toxic friendship. And I'm looking at it both from a 42-year-old woman's perspective and from a maternal perspective. What I'd be looking for my daughters when they're claiming a best friend.
Well, I
That
think
to me is
my
not it.
biggest problem I had in that video, I agree with everything you said, but my biggest problem I had with that video was B. Simone explaining how she her friend called her to tell her that she got like a really good opportunity, and it must have been pretty big. And B Simone was like, okay, that's nice. Like she had like a very dry, you know,
Response.
response to her. And then she was like, she validated herself and pat herself on the back. She's like, I called you back immediately. And I was like,
Hmm.
no. And then when the friend asked, like, well, kind of suggested, like, I thought it was like jealousy, which it was.
Yes.
She gave this answer that didn't make sense to me. And that's going to bring me time into what you were saying and why that may happen. So she gave this answer and she's like, I want us all, I'm the type of friend that I want all my friends. We all do things together. Let's get rich together. We do endeavors together. And I wasn't a part of it. So that's why I felt some kind of way, not necessarily because I was jealous. She said, because jealousy is like, I want what you have. And that's not jealousy. That's not exactly what jealousy is.
Yeah, jealousy has many facets to it, and that, in
Many,
fact,
many
is one of
more.
them.
Many,
Yes.
many more. And that can hurt your friend's feelings. But why I say this, that totally annoyed me because I just think that's crappy. But what I say is that sometimes you can be friends with somebody for a long time, right? And everybody has different personalities. So you can be really close to them and you have went down that road with them. You may have told them certain things. Maybe her friend has told certain things, and due to B Simone's or due to someone's reaction, it can almost mold you to not speak on certain things because you are afraid or don't want to lose the history or the friendship. And I think that when people do that, they're very aware that they do that, because if you are a communicator like I am, then you know that I've probably said this once, twice. Just because you say something to somebody doesn't mean they follow through with it, understand you, even if they validate you and say, yo, I totally
Hmm.
understand, I'm sorry. It doesn't mean that they won't do the same thing the next day. Now, here's the kicker. Someone would easily ask, just like they would ask a woman, like, why would you say that? Because you see this person in good light and in bad. So I'm sure Beast Mode has been like somebody who's made her laugh her ass up, somebody that's made her told secrets too, and she's never told a soul. They have shared like laughs from the gut, cries together. You mix that in with passive aggressiveness and jealousy and just maybe not being all the way healed and a great person yourself, because I don't know her personally. So let's just take her as, an example. That can be confusing to someone. A lot of people say like, the first sign of this, I'm out. But it all changes when your emotions get involved. And so what's sad is that what happens to me is I expect certain things from some people. So I don't even expect you to do anything better. And you kind of move outside of being a friend. If I'm gonna keep you around in this history, you kind of become like family. Like, like the drunk uncle
Like
in
that
your
cousin who come in,
family.
like, here we
Right.
go. Yeah,
And you gotta
yeah,
deal with them anyway, but you
yeah,
already know who they are. And it would
yeah.
take hell and high water for you to see them any different. That's how, if we have that kind of history, I tend to be. And it's not on purpose. It's not something planned. It's just what happens. I don't let it completely go.
And see, and that's the fucked up part about it, because if you have to go that route again, that's why I found that relationship to be a bit toxic. But again, just from my purview of the, what, 45 minutes, I don't know their
Right.
history, just
Right.
from what they showed. Because you can't be yourself.
Right.
It's like, so you now go from a friend to a work friend. I would never give the same information. I don't care how close I am to
Exactly.
someone at work. I would
Right.
never give them but so much of me.
Right.
Like our parents said, you wear many different hats once you step out of your home. I would
Absolutely.
never take my hat off completely. So those two are now work buddies,
Right.
because you can't be even a person with history. I'm guarded naturally now because I expect a certain thing, whatever that
Hmm.
thing may be that you do, and you have a history now, not only of a friendship, but of repeating bad behavior that clearly bothers me, and you continuously do it, and I decide to keep you around strictly off of history. You're now considered a work buddy. I'm emotionally
That's
guarded.
what happens.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so again, you now, going into the topic at hand, you now are just that label. You're not really truly the definition to me of
And
a friend. You
sometimes
just have that
people
label.
don't see it for a long time. And the reason why is because people have a really good people have a really good way of making you feel less than, making you feel like you don't understand. See, let's say you came to me with something. This is very important. The reason why we're friends is because we don't manipulate each other.
Hmm.
The way that we love each other, it could be very easy for me to convince you that you did something to me that you didn't. Very easy. Because it's the way we love each other. So sometimes you be like, oh, why she wouldn't say it to me if it wasn't true. She wouldn't be thinking this if it wasn't true. And my thing with what I would have asked V Simone is, has she been invited to everything you had going for yourself? Why
Right,
this
right. Was she
one
involved in
thing
every
she
contract?
has, right?
Right.
Why this one thing she has she can't like? And some friends are like that. Oh, you got that? Oh, I need to get better. Oh, you
Yep.
make that? Oh, I need to make more. It's
And
just a thing.
some people are so used to, with regard to a friend in a history situation, some people are so used to you being in this box,
Yeah,
right?
the
You
down
are
one,
this,
the
yep,
this
you
one.
are this
Yeah, oh,
whatever.
definitely.
This is where I want you to be. This is what I'm used to. This is where you are. The minute you step out of that box, instead of them being happy for you, they're now pissed selfishly. Oh, you're not available to me no longer when I dip into this box. No, bitch, because I'm
Or
moving up.
it could be, or that's true, or sometimes it's you've always been in this box, and even though I've said I want you in another box, when you're out that box, when you're a different person, when you have more, what does that make me? A lot of times it's not even personal to the person, which is why they can't see it as jealousy, which is why they can't see it as being inauthentic. This is why, because it just makes them think, what does that make me?
Right.
And some people think selfishly like that, where it has nothing to do with their friendship, so they wouldn't
Yeah.
see it that way. um
Yeah.
but what you eat don't make me shit, and
Right.
that's the important part. What I do doesn't affect you, what you do don't affect me. That's why we're able to be happy with each other with whatever we do.
Yes. And see, but then
Everybody's not like that.
when you get to that depth of friendship, when you hurt literally, and I wish I was
I know.
exaggerating, if Rachel starts crying, my ass is crying too, and nothing happened to
and
me,
and
and
you ain't
vice
probably don't
versa.
even know yet what
Exactly.
happened
The
because I'm
minute
too busy crying.
we're just exactly if what you eat because of the depth of our friendship literally will make me shit. Like, damn girl, did you eat that fucking broccoli soup again? I feel it's that
But
extent.
see,
So I
that's
would
real love.
never exactly. And they, like Beyonce said, you're very blessed to find your equal. Although she was talking about it in a spouse, you're always so very blessed if you're able to find your soulmate within a friendship, because
Right.
two women, for the most part, are very difficult when it comes to just overall relationships. And that's from sisters, that's from, and I'm witnessing that firsthand. My daughters love each other, but you have to literally teach them to like each other.
Right.
Girls, women, we compete against each other so much. And I can't say, because I've never done a research study, if this is a society thing, if this is Black women because of slavery, with colorism, so many different
I
aspects
think it's
to
so many
this.
different reasons, and I also think sometimes it has to do with just personality. And I think
Absolutely.
that you see how you said if you cry, Rachel, I'm gonna cry, right? I could be crying about somebody that you hate, that you
Yeah.
hate, that you hate. I could be saying, I was with Yim, let's just call her Yim, and I was hanging out with her for the past 3 years and you didn't know, and this is Keisha's arch enemy. If I cry, she gonna cry. See,
Yep.
that's her feelings for me. Everybody's
Yep.
not the same, so that could deal with personality, where some people emotions are not regulated and they think of
Yeah.
themselves first and
First.
foremost. And that
Exactly.
like I said, that doesn't have to mean B Simone hates her friend and envies her on the low.
No.
It seems to me it could mean you're used to her being in a certain position, or with any woman there's insecurity there. Insecurity do a lot between women. Oh my god, that's a lot of that stems from itself. It doesn't even have anything to do with the other person. So that's why you can't really change anything. You can't be a better friend. That girl that's her friend can't be a better friend if that's their case. You understand what I mean? It's just what they was
That's
talking about is what we
internal.
commented on, because we
Right.
don't know, because God
I
knows
don't
I
know what
hate
I don't
when a
know.
mother think they know me.
Know
I just
you.
went through that recently,
Exactly.
and you don't know anything.
Exactly.
But at the same
Exactly.
time, those wouldn't be my answers.
No. And truthfully, when it comes to the two of them, I found overall that B. Simone tends to she looks down on her. She's not part of the in crowd that she wants. Remember when she spoke on, I helped this one buy a house, I helped this one buy a car, I hope this one, you were looking to fit in above your level, so to speak. And when that didn't work, it's like, okay, I'm coming back down to you. You didn't, it's seemingly that you don't think enough of this person to where they met your standards.
And
See, I would,
the funny part about that is that a lot of people do that, right? I've witnessed that. They look up to somebody, right? And they call them this is their friend, and maybe their friend, I'm just exaggerating, has 3 degrees, and they have a really good job, and they look up to this person, right? And in the end, that friend usually is the one who treats them like shit because
yep,
it's really about who you are as a person, and the one
exactly.
that you least think
Yep,
will tower over everybody.
yep.
You know
Will
what I'm
be
saying? So
right there
that's
in your
why it's
corner when they
important,
shit on you.
you know, and,
Will
and
be
and
on
and you
that
know what?
couch talking to you, still as your friend,
Right.
even though you shitted on them to help everybody else that shitted on you.
And the problem with me is that if I ever felt like that, like, oh, okay, you think I can't, and then I go up, you may not be in my inner circle. I'm gonna tell you my secrets, but I still hit you off and do what I would have done from you from my heart. I feel like people gotta live with themselves, and there's no punishing other people. Truly, they will live with themselves because if you're that fucking miserable, if you're that fucking person, it doesn't matter how fake you are. You are you. In real
Right.
life, when you close your eyes, you go to sleep, you're you.
You
And
can
all
lie
your
to everyone else
relationships
but
are like
yourself.
phony. So I mean, I'd
Exactly.
rather a
Because you are
real
phony.
exactly. So I'd rather a real Keisha and Ray relationship and not have none of the glitz and glamour because it's right here. We in the mud, you heard? They done took you to night water. Than to be running behind somebody, who don't give a fuck about me. Woo.
Maybe my savings account is set up right. And you gotta switch it over to checking. It's a lot happening. But I'm damn sure I wanted to
She can
know.
get it though. She make good money, but she can get it though. She'll get it, but it may take her 2-3 days. You be waiting. I've been there. All
I've been
right.
service a couple of times, but I'll help you. I'll help you.
Right. But you pay that motherfucking balance. I hear that. Next. All
Why do
right.
you have to segue like Whoopi Goldberg on The View? Next, like I can't just
I don't
natural
know. I'm so
flow.
hard. That's what I do. I don't
Yes,
know.
right.
It's who I am. I'm not even upset. It's just me taking control. All right, next. I don't know. Why I gotta be Whoopi? I
Segues
don't know
on
none of the
there.
mother on there anyway now. I'll be Whoopi. She the only
She'll
lady
do
that can
some
come out with no
aggressive.
bra, show all the way around down to her knees and still get respected.
Well, thankfully, she has really baggy clothes, so I've never noticed Whoopi's
You
titties, and
didn't
I
know
don't want
Whoopi
to.
says it.
No, I've never noticed them. They're baggy clothes, so I've never
She
noticed
that's why she
them.
was back because she talks about it all the time. That she doesn't like
Oh,
wearing a
thank
bra.
God that she wears baggy clothes then, because I've never
But you've
noticed
never
them.
seen her hanging in the wind?
Nah, they her. Have you seen her on The View recently? Her clothes are so baggy, you couldn't tell left from right.
I'm gonna send you a couple of pictures of Whoopi
Nah, I don't want
chilling.
you to. No. All right. So the next segue that we're going into is regarding relationship, of course, because you can't have unsophisticated combo without talking about relationship and our unsophisticated perspectives. So I think one very interesting topic is when something goes wrong in a relationship, again, subjective based on your wrong,
Mhm.
do you leave or do you stay and why? I think for me, in the difference too, remember, I'm a 42-year-old woman. I'm not talking to y'all youngins who could leave at the drop of a dime. Somebody wearing the wrong shoe color and y'all out. That's different.
Word.
It's not the way we
For
was brought
real.
up. We gonna stick it out. We still wading in the water. We only a couple generations from wading in the water. So we
Right.
know how to stick shit out. For me personally, though, I do think it depends. And I know that that's really a cop out answer, but it all depends on you personally and what you can take and what you're setting as your boundary, your last straw. And even then, a
Right.
lot of people may judge you and say, you know, oh, you're stupid or you're foolish.
Oh yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, one, I do truly believe people can change.
Oh
People
yeah.
do change.
Yeah.
I give that. Now, does it take time to do so? Yes. Are you willing to stick it out and see the end results? Again, that's subjective. It all depends. A lot of people, when they go through cheating, they say, um, I did the hard thing. I left. It was hard, but I got up. I left. It was too much for me. And some people have the misconception that staying is easier. But in the same regard, because I've had both, right? Where I've stayed during cheating and I've left on some for someone who cheated on me. And staying, in my opinion, is harder because now you're battling two worlds. You're now fighting who you were, you're fighting your thoughts on natural reaction and what you would normally do to now try to rebuild trust. And in that, you're losing a part of yourself, rebuilding yourself for someone who's not in your mind at the moment even worth it.
Right.
You're looking, you're rebuilding, you're doing all this for your end result. You're hoping the return on investment from that, but you lose such a big part of you that it is, if not just as, it could even be harder to stay because you're literally retraining your brain to think differently. And that's not only with cheating, that's with any boundary that someone has crossed. Now,
Right.
the only time I think without a doubt that there's no question asked, you should leave is when it becomes extremely dangerous to you, your health, and or your children or your surroundings. If you're in a home where someone is abusing, that's men too, because sometimes women be kicking ass. This new generation is
Right.
different, you know. If you are getting physically abused, emotionally abused, verbally abused, remember Tyra, where somebody whispering in her ear, whatever the case may be, she was like, you can see, you're nothing, you're nothing.
Tyra Banks. And then.
Whatever the case may be, if it becomes dangerous to you and your well being, by all means, then you need to find a way out. And I know you have to find ease your way out of a lion's mouth. I've never been in a domestic abuse situation. So I'm number one, not even trying to opine on what it would be like or where you should, how you should exit.
Right.
That's a different topic. But outside of that, work it the fuck out. Like just try to, I'm not saying outside of your boundary, but like even marriages, I'm so surprised when I see people who are married 30 something years and then it's like, we're done. Why? Like,
Because sometimes I think people find themselves now when it comes to the question of where do I stay and where do I go for. When you said cheating, I can stay through somebody cheating if this wasn't continuous. Also, if they could give me what I'm needing to walk through this. Like if they can say like, you know what, I can take you being feeling like this and me maybe having to constantly
consistently
validate for a
reassuring.
little while, reassure you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you can't, then you understand that if somebody can't give me what I'm looking for, then I know that it's time to leave. But when you leave for other reasons, because some people may see that like, oh my God, cheating, that's the worst thing you could do. But it's so many things that you could do to somebody that bring them down. And I don't think it's just the act. I think it's more about if there's any kind of chance you can see change. And I feel that when you say, why, if somebody's married for 36 years and they say, we're going to divorce, why? Well, in that 36 years, someone could have found themselves, could have found their voice, could have just realized, like, I don't have to stand with this. A lot of people stay for many reasons. They stay for financial reasons, they stay for children, they stay because they're supposed to, because they think,
Oh,
like,
you
I
think,
go
yeah.
through everything and as long as we do it together. To me, that's bullshit.
Right,
I used to think like that, and now I know like that's not true.
right.
There are some feelings that are undeniable for you. So when you love someone, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So you make dumbass decisions. But if they are willing to give you what, everybody takes a break in times, but if they're willing to really do the work and to present you what you need because something's really lacking, especially if they can see it in themselves, then it's like, okay, maybe I'll stay.
Let's walk through this
But
together.
if
Yeah.
you're walking away because it's not that you don't see the person get any better. You see it not getting better anytime soon. So then you're asking yourself, then that means that I stick through it. I waste
Right.
my time. You don't have to.
Right.
Happiness is what you create sometime in your life.
Right.
And my big thing at this age now is I don't have to settle. I don't.
Right.
I don't care if I start seeing crow's feet. I don't give a damn if I'm getting older. I don't care if I need an ice pack on before I even do this podcast because I got a little puffy. I don't have to settle because there are people that can love you the way you want to be loved. No, they will not be perfect. They will have flaws as
Right.
well. But like you
Right.
said, it's about what is too much of a flaw for you.
Right.
It's not really about what society feels is a problem. I would
Right.
have a problem if somebody did something really dirty to me. All my friends gonna be saying, "Oh my God, you going back? You know me, Keisha." I'll be like, "Yes,
Yeah.
the fuck
Hell
I
yeah.
am."
Yep. Yep.
And if
Yep.
y'all got a fucking problem, because that's just who I
Deal
am.
with
I
it.
do what I want,
And
right?
maybe you ain't a real friend.
Okay, and I expect that if I get shit on again, my friend gonna be there to pick me back up and not say I told you so until later. Maybe during the third bottle of wine, like I told your ass, like I know. That's fine. But if I say like no, I got to go, but I have to because it's that means I've exhausted everything already.
Every possibility. And I think that a lot of that plays into your spirituality. A lot of times where there's prayer just for guidance. Should I stay? Should I
Oh
go?
yeah,
There's so many different things to help guide you either route you take. That's why at the end of the day, it really is subjective. It's about what you want for you, what you find, and not necessarily happiness. You should have that on your own.
of
This is just an
course.
extension
But
of,
yeah, right.
but
Just
either
happiness
way,
in your relationship.
in the relationship, does it feel good? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel like home? Is there peace when you're together? Is there, you know what I mean? There's so many, again, different
Because if
aspects
you
that,
don't have those things on your own, like if you're with a partner and they don't have any of those things on their own, no matter how much they try to be there with you, it's not going to work. It's
yep,
going to fall short because they don't have it on
yep,
their own. They don't feel that way on their own about themselves. You can't
yep,
make them feel that way. That will
yep,
bring on so much responsibility you think you have, and they will make you feel like a failure at every chance they get,
exactly,
subconsciously, however that works. Okay.
exactly.
And so that's the issue there too. So I feel like stay when you want to stay, but be truthful with yourself. No one can
Mm-hmm.
really tell you what to do in a
You know
relationship.
what
Be
you
truthful
feel.
with yourself. And
Yep,
sometimes you spend time apart and you really grow and you can go around that
come
block.
back. Yep,
But it
yep,
has to be like you really grew,
yep. Both
alone. You
parties.
did your own thing.
Yep,
Sometimes you could date other people and be like, all right, and it could bring you back to some place, or sometimes it could bring you like, nope, I am happier, even if you're just single.
yep,
You understand what I
yep.
mean? So I don't feel like listen, and that other thing that Keisha was talking about was spirituality. If you do believe in God, I ain't telling nobody what to believe, but if you listen to us and you believe in God, I promise you say your prayers, ask the Lord, ask Him, Lord, if this is not for me, please show me. Ask Him.
Oh,
I'm telling you, you'll wake up the next day and the nigga gonna smack you right in the
it,
face the minute you wake up. And you're gonna be so like, what the
yep,
hell? He will make it happen. If it's not, if you keep praying, like, if this is meant to be, let me know, Lord. And He will
yep. He
continuously
gonna
show
let you know
you.
loud and clear. That is so
Bro,
true.
try
And
it. Sometimes it pisses
exactly.
you off. Like, all
Like,
right,
damn it,
I
I
didn't
didn't want to see
ask.
that.
Right. And I didn't want it
Are
to be
you
this
sure?
person.
Are you
Right.
really, really sure?
And he's like,
One more
yes.
time. Just one more time.
Right.
Okay, one more.
Maybe if I try to sing a little hum, like yes, yes, it's not for you.
Yeah,
Right, right. Truthfully. All right.
she kind of answered.
Next. That's gonna be my
You
thing in
have to
here.
work on your fucking segue. It's so aggressive.
I do that all the time. I even was doing that with me and Vaughn when we answering like questions from the supporters. And if you it's a couple of videos you see Vaughn like looking over at me because I screamed to his face like next.
say clear to close the doors, please. Like, okay.
Bing bong, that's me.
Okay, so our last and final segue, which we're going to do a segment, excuse me, where we are going to do at the end of every podcast is our unsophisticated advice, where we get questions which you can keep anonymous from you guys, the listeners, to us, asking us, don't ask me why, our unsophisticated opinion about anything that you want. So without further ado, Rachel has the questions. Let's get it going. I feel like we should start with you.
Oh,
And
okay.
obviously, just for context, I am the, if you didn't know, I am the straight one. Rachel's the lesbian. So I would
Really?
obviously not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised too, guys.
Right. We know, girl.
So
We know.
Rachel would obviously get her questions geared towards or from a lesbian perspective, and me from the straight perspective, because I can't tell you what to do if you're a lesbian. I don't know. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
But when y'all send us
But I could, it's
questions,
female to female.
exactly. When you send us questions, when you want to send us questions, I'm gonna have that set up with unsophisticated Instagram. But you can also send us questions because that's still how you can do it privately. A lot of people like to do that. We'll set up a Gmail and I'll
Yeah.
have that up so that you guys can send questions there.
Anonymously, put your name out there. We're here to help
Right.
you.
Or write it
That's
like don't say my name. You
it.
can
Right.
ask questions to me if you find me a little masculine and you say, well, my man be doing, I mean, I ain't no man, but you know, sometimes I think like one. You can ask me questions about
You could gear
what
it
you think a
literally
lesbian
towards
would
which
do.
one. Yep. And you could
Exactly.
say, I want Rachel's opinion on.
Right.
But if
You
y'all
could
keep
do
coming
that.
in with asking Rachel's opinion, I'm just going to throw my opinion in there anyway because
Well, that would be mad funny.
it's cool. The second week is cool. We're looking at third, fourth.
Like,
Rachel,
I
Rachel,
got
like,
10 questions and Keisha has this period. That would be mad funny. All right.
right, let's start with you.
From a lesbian point of view, how do you deal with the ex-girlfriend who keep popping back up every few months, just enough to confuse you, say she loves you, but then disappears again? Is it love, guilt, or control? This question blew my mind.
Diary. The fuck?
um, I think that it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit of love and a little bit of control. I think that when you love someone good, like if you were the person that they felt the most safe with, the most love from, when they're not feeling that, they tend to. Some people are the type that tend to go back to that. Me, I dwell on my memory, right? So I'll go off my memory. I don't actually need to hit up the person to get some form of attention or you're still in my corner if I'm not doing nothing with it, right? That's just me. But all types of exes come back. All types of exes want second chances and things like that. Funny, with same behavior. So for me, it is probably love. I mean, because if this is just some disgusting person that treat you like shit from the jump like that, they go with the ashtray from that Tyler Perry movie, like, give me an ashtray. If it's him, that nigga come back for some money. He wants some money. There's no There's no
I
other way.
love that. Yeah,
Right.
come on.
But if, this person really did and they just shitty or slutty in their own way, I'm triggered. um, big time. You know what? Don't ask me this fucking question. I don't know. Hold on to the best that you can. Don't let him go. I can't answer this. You got to hold on. To the love of woo. I don't know. Hold on till you get him back. And play with some stuff white until you can. I don't know.
Which is
I said play with some stuff until you can. Hopefully they come back. I pray for
okay
you,
with some
man.
stuff. I'm praying for you. All right. Here we go.
I got going on.
Okay. I have a feeling they might be asking me now. You might get your period.
Probably. Okay, can't activate anything about exes. Check. I got it. But my honest opinion is they probably love you and want to control you. And I just feel pissed off because then so what? If you want to control me, then come control me. Hello? Control me. Controller, do your thing. But you up here having wild, wild thoughts. That's the problem. And then doing it again. Yeah, I'm doing songs like DJ Khaled and another one and another one. We tired of hearing that same kill the DJ. Shit. Don't come over here no more. You know what? I don't give a damn. Next. From a straight woman's point of view, my boyfriend
But
says he loves me but still likes bikini pics of random women on Instagram every day. Am
no,
I
he
being
didn't.
insecure or is he low key disrespecting the relationship?
Mm, um, it depends. If I think it's a little bit of both. If he's liking these Instagram bikini photos of people who he has absolutely no chance of encountering, kudos to him.
Right.
Reach for the stars.
Let
Reach
that
for the stars.
live.
Let him like it. You know what I
Let
mean?
him live.
But if he's liking these bikini photos of someone who is attainable, it's a high
Right.
school friend or it's an ex, then yes, he is disrespecting the relationship. Do I think again, this is from a 42-year-old, that people take social media and the
Very seriously.
boundaries too seriously?
Right.
It's a little weird for me. Like, I don't need, to be connected at the hip to my man. Like, look what we did, or look what we did together, or tag him. And I don't really give a fuck. I care about real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume that if for whatever reason he is being disrespectful in social media world, to where it becomes actionable outside of a like, what you do in the dark is going to come to light. That's when you address it.
Right.
That's when you're being disrespectful. Outside of a like, I mean, what are your boundaries? He's not allowed to be on social media and like anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you
Or
have
maybe
to
you're
set
looking
your
really too into it.
yeah, because that means you're literally seeing, you either follow the same person and you can see when your mate's name comes up as a like on something that you follow mutually, or you're going on to his page, like you're doing extra steps to get to where to see what he
He
likes.
likes, right.
You have too much time on your hands.
Too much.
That's and to me, again, unless there's some factual proof of actionable items or actions, literally, you're kind of wasting emotion there. There's
Right.
no need. And you become a nag. You become one of them people. Now he's watching you. He's watching everything you do. Rachel just told me there's a way for people to block people from seeing certain shit. Now you
Yes.
block. Now you
Yeah.
block.
And
Now
I
you
do that
really
all the
won't know what he's
time.
doing.
I do that even
Exactly.
when we cool. I do it. If we've ever had an argument about something on my social media, oh, block. We're not doing this because
Yeah,
I'm not
see?
feeling that
See?
way. I'm not stressing myself out. And you shouldn't have to stress
See?
yourself out. And now you never have to worry about it again.
Because now you won't see shit. So no, and that means
Exactly.
that you are perfect, right? And you're not liking Idris Damson when he's floating around in Tommy,
Right.
or Boris Kodjoe, or any of these other
Or the
guys.
other
You're not
lesbians that's
liking.
out there, they be liking
You're not
pictures. And it's
liking
not a big
anything.
deal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know.
So that means if you are also, don't get mad at what you're doing. If if that means you're being, your point of view is, I don't like any man, I don't like their photos, I barely follow any men, nothing. If that's the case, then you've obviously have to set that boundary. Look, babe, we're both on social media. I don't follow or like men because I think it's disrespectful, and I don't want you following or liking other females, in which case I need to get off social media.
And I
How
like
old are
what you
you?
said, right? And I like what you said about you don't care about social media, you care about it being real because who cares what everybody, I mean, I love my supporters. I really do. I really do. And I know I've helped them in a lot of ways, but I know I am myself. I give myself to them. You know, my personality is my personality. No, you
Exactly.
don't walk in. I always tell them, like, you don't walk in. If you walk in your 9 to 5, would you announce to everyone what you did last night, type of
Exactly.
shit you took? And no, you wouldn't. But for the most part, they get who Keisha is, and that is who I am. So for me, it's like, but I care more about what the people around me are thinking because they're
Yeah.
around me. So that means
Yeah.
they experience me a lot,
They
much more
know
than I would,
you.
right?
Exactly. They actually know you. Y'all have to come to realize too. social media is the matrix. What you see is not what you get. It's just not. It's not. You don't, 9 out of 10 times, you don't know the person who's in front of you. Even when you
Right.
think you do, there's so many
Even when they
aspects you
are
don't
giving
know.
themselves, it's like how I put it is, of course, you could be giving 100% yourself. Because I just can't fake it till I make it. I just never been that
Yep.
type of person. But
Yep.
when you take a picture and you post it for social media, do you post the one that looks like this and your face is so scrunched, or do you post the one where you look good? So you come with the best of yourself to the table, the same way you do inside the real world when you have to show up to work, when you have to show up at a family
Exactly.
function. You can't. That's what makes people weird when they gotta show up and they got an attitude and they still like this. Like you couldn't fix yourself up for 10 minutes to
Word. You at
calm
work. I ain't
down.
do nothing to you.
That's the way social media is. And some people
Exactly.
take social media and they do it even different. They
Mm-hmm.
really paint themselves. So that
Mm-hmm.
it depends on who you are, you
On who
know?
you are, what you're doing. But that's why we said at the beginning of the podcast, even when giving our opinions on the B Simone conversation, I am giving grace in the facts to both of them. I
That we
don't
don't
know
know
you.
them.
I don't
Right.
know the situation. I don't know what happened. I don't know the why to what. So because of that, my unsophisticated opinion goes but so far, understanding that social media world is literally what's posted for those couple of minutes, not
And
your everyday
actually,
life all
B
day.
Simone was just used for us to talk about different type of friendships and how we broke
Exactly.
down what that is. And
And it
even
just
when you're
happened to be great
watching
timing.
us, when you're watching us, this is like listening to me and Keisha on the phone. See,
Except on the phone, we were,
except
sweetheart.
on the phone, we words cause we
We for real
cussing.
life.
We
Yeah, we for
just
real life. We naming names.
all
We
right.
name names.
See, that's a perfect example. Y'all are getting us, but we're not naming names. You right?
Exactly. So
Exactly. That's
so you
perfect.
have no, yep. So yes, you don't know. But we are so excited to be back this time for real life. We're gonna keep this going. You will get an episode every week to
I
the
think it should
editor.
be 2 episodes a week.
To a week.
That's
You
what I
got
think.
it. That is that we are holding ourselves accountable to that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please, Rachel will have links, everything set up for how you can interact with us. And hopefully you enjoyed the show. I don't know what the fuck to say at this point.
And make sure y'all check out Keisha's TikTok. She's been doing a lot of TikToks. They're pretty funny. And it's Keisha and Bloom. Is that it? I'll have your link in the description box as well.
Keisha and
Then
Bloom.
y'all know to
Don't
check
judge
out
me.
me. I'm Ray Love on YouTube. I'm Ray Love 8383 on TikTok. All my links will be in there too. And Keisha will be a guest of mine live on my channel. She don't even know it. Look at the surprise on her face, y'all. So we could do this again. She'll be live on Unsophisticated Convo, so y'all know exactly where the YouTube channel is, and I'll be live on mine, and we'll do one of these live. That's what we'll do. Just one. Maybe
Yes,
one
that'll be
live a
good.
month and then 2 videos a week.
That's right. And while we're doing the lives, and I see those fucking comments, because that's something I got to get used to. I won't take them fucking personally, but watch your fucking
Yeah, I
mouth.
told her don't take it personal. Look what I just went through. Don't
Watch
take
your
it personal.
fucking mouth. Watch your
I take
fucking
it personal.
mouth.
Because like don't take it personal. They don't know. They just don't know. So you just that's exactly what you take it. If they only knew. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, exactly. So
All right.
next, is that how we end it?
Well, no, because now we leaving, so you're early.
Done.
Right. Done. That's good. I don't know because you know how I do. I love y'all. So you gotta do something different. So you should take on that.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll be here next week with more unsophisticated opinions. And until then, enjoy the rest of your week.
Oh, that's good. That's all sweet, and that's all like you can tell she the educated one, y'all. This is how educated she is. All right, I'm gonna call you for real on the other
Okay.
one. All right.